What's up, guys? This is Dim, and we're going to be doing some actual gameplay today for once. We're going to be doing some Twin Peaks with the level 90 warrior that I just recently boosted. So, yeah. I have been playing him quite a bit, and I got him some PvP gear and some LFR gear between Throne of Thunder and Siege of Orgrimmar. So I do have a fully epicked out character. However, I'm still kind of squishy in PvP compared to the players that are fully PvP geared, but I'm probably slightly better geared than the really fresh boosted. And you can see my gear here. So we're just going to go ahead and hop in and help the flag carrier out if possible. Now, I know my stuff is not ideal, and just keep in mind that I'm playing this kind of for the first... I mean, the tune is only 2 years old, but can get that priest, get him, gone. Good. And we'll switch over to the rogue. Now, the one thing I have to get better at targeting in Battlegrounds. I know there's an option to disable targeting of pets and clone images, and I really kind of have to look into that because I do find myself mashing the tab button a lot more than I should. I want it to be where I hit tab, I know it will switch targets and go to another player. Especially when it gets kind of crowded, you see the tidy plates kind of blow up, and I don't really want to lose that because when you are on the target, it's really helpful. So it's something to note, and just so if you guys are wondering, the add-on it is tidy plates, the name badges above them. So right now I'm working on my least favorite class, which is the Druid, Resto Druid specifically. I, like every other class that doesn't play a Resto Druid, hates Resto Druids. I'm just kidding, I don't hate Resto Druids. Right. No. I mean, let's face it, the announcements recently regarding healing without cast time and while mobile is, well, the Druids are involved in that statement. I think they're an awesome class to play, and you know what? It takes a lot of skill and ability to play one really well. But man, they are annoying, especially when you're not fully geared. There's nothing you can do to them. They'll survive all day long. So I'll be honest, when you're playing Battlegrounds, especially with these guys that maybe don't have the best gear, what you kind of want to do is go for the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. When you start hitting and you see your damage greatly reduced, kind of like this guy is letting some go through, so his gear is probably pretty decent. However, he's right there and I was going down, so there not much that can be done there. But you want to tend to go to people on your gear level or a little lower to get the most out of the gear that you do have. You run into a full prideful and grievous character, it's going to be over pretty quickly. Unless you're a druid. Because, yeah. So, yeah, excuse me. So now they're kind of camping out in front of our base, or our graveyard here. And, yeah. The one class that I actually seem to go after a decent amount, and that's kind of by choice, is the mage, and not necessarily because they're a difficult or an easy class. They're actually probably one of the harder challenges for a warrior, or at least for me right now. When you have a priest, you kind of counter their fears with, you know, Zerker Rage or something along those lines. Mages, when they root you, you are really susceptible to 8 seconds of them planning whatever they want against you. I mean, as soon as they hit you, you're gonna get unrooted. But remember, they can chain. If you're going against a good mage, and there are plenty of them, they can get you with the personal Nova, and then they can have their pet. They can Nova Ice Lance, Pet Nova Ice Lance, and both will have the full Shatter effect. So you have to be careful with that. And I mean, really, the only thing that I've really been able to do is time the spell reflect to get it back at them. I do have to admit, I did get a massive spell reflect crit against a destruction warlock. He thought he was being cute, so I actually let him, instead of incinerating me, it was just me and him earlier today. He was rain of firing me, so he was doing absolutely no damage. And I mean, obviously I knew what he was ramping up for, but yeah, he got it back in the face. I'm sure he wasn't thrilled about that, because that graphic is so big and in your face that, you know, most of the time when you see it coming, it just, yeah. But it looks like we're going to get the hunter. Oh, my two other buddies came over here and helped finish him down. But yeah, so about these new characters, or Battlegrounds in general, if you're thinking about with some time with MOD coming, or MOD, what am I talking? Warlords of Draenor going to be still quite a few months out. The beta hasn't even opened up yet at this current time. If you're looking to go into a new thing for your character, or you're getting a new character and you're going into Battlegrounds, the number one piece of advice I can give you is go in there to have fun. Don't take it too serious. I mean, obviously pay attention and try to improve, but don't take it too seriously where if things don't go your way, or if you get trained down over and over and over again, don't rage. You're going to lose complete interest in the character, and take things as a learning experience, and essentially, go with one button at a time. Start basic. And as you start realizing, you start feeling the need for something. I'll take something basic. Say, oh, we got him down there. But say you feel yourself getting feared, and you're mashing your trinket, and oh, that's right, you have Zerker Rage. Add your keybind to that, and then you can go from there, and you build it, and then start adding your cooldowns. And this pertains to any other class really as well. However, we're talking about the warrior specifically here, and I mean, the warrior is all about timed cooldowns. You have your war banner, you have Zerker Rage, you have defensive cooldowns, you have bloodbath, you have recklessness, you have, it's just, when do you want to use those, and how do you want to use those? If you want to use macros, you have your charge, you have your heroic leap, you have intervene, you have a whole bunch of stuff here, and of course you have hamstring. So, I mean, there's a lot to bind and a lot to memorize, but each time you'll start seeing abilities that you need to use, and force yourself to not keep on. And listen, up until well, I took about a year off of WoW, and during that time I made a drastic change to my gameplay. I used to play with a left-handed mouse and a gamepad for my right hand, and it was the second one, and it broke. I got a lot of use out of it. So nobody else at the time, and really still kind of currently, nobody made it a left-handed controller. And I said, you know what? Who got that? I'm not buying a third of the same thing. I was using the same controller for probably 7 years. It started off as the Z-Board Fang. Ideazon was the original company, and then SteelSeries bought them out and pretty much did nothing with the product except just sell it, because they didn't need to. They were the only one on the market that had it, so they just produced that one. I'm sure it didn't sell big numbers. But yeah, I switched from left-handed mouse to right-handed mouse. I went out and bought a Razer Naga to force myself to use it. Like, I couldn't cheat and switch the mouse around. The Naga buttons were a little small for kind of have big hands. And so what I did right around that time is when the Naga Hex came out. So I actually swapped it, and I got the Hex, and I love it now. But I was playing other games with it, shooters, other PC games, not really any MMOs where you have so many keybinds to worry about. So this is really kind of coming back to WoW. It's also kind of my shoot. How am I gonna work my keybinds into this? So if I can swap hands and complete play styles, you guys can stop clicking your action bars. It really is a lot slower and not that optimal. So there's my little side note for the day. But we're going against my buddy the Druid here, and you can see we're not doing so bad. It could be worse. We're kind of upper echelon of damage, not top, but you know, we're landing some killing blows and putting out some nice numbers, and certainly aggravating classes here and there, and that's good. I know for myself, I think I tunnel vision a little too much for Battlegrounds. However, I think that when you're dealing with 3 or 4 people in the same area, it's not as beneficial. Let me see here. We switch to the maze, but I'm already dead. I mean, it's you know, don't give up. Fight until you get killed. You might have a friend that comes over and, you know, drops a lay on hands on you. So there's no sense just sitting there. Fight until you're dead, and go from there. Now, another interesting thing is the collector's edition, or no, don't ever let me say collector's edition. Digital Deluxe Edition, which will probably come with the collector's edition as well, but Digital Deluxe Edition mount, the Raven Steed, looks awesome while you're riding on the ground, but it looks like something's missing. It's not flying. And yeah, if you see here, damage wise, we're oh, there you go, flip it around. We're 3rd in damage. We're doing pretty good here, but yeah, so it's missing flying. Segue. There's some word out with Blizzard saying that in Draenor, in Warlords of Draenor, that there's a possibility that flying will not be enabled at all in the expansion world. At all. Well, I'm not talking about, you know, level 90 to 100 like they did in Kata, or not Kata. They did it in Outlands, Lich King, and Pandaria. Kata, they let you fly from day 1, or from moment 1, but at all. What do you guys think of that? At first it was kind of like, I can't fly? How do you gather? How do I get from point A to point B faster? And the response was kind of interesting. It was, you're valuing time and effort put in the current state of the game now. So it makes me think, like, are they going to have herbs and ore spread across the world, or will it be quicker in garrisons? Which, if you're new or just finding out about it, it's kind of like almost like player villages, so to speak, where you'll be able to get people to mine for you, herb for you, do quests. But I can't see if they're still going to push the traditional gameplay of gathering and just traveling. We got another kill and blow on a mage this time, without flying. It's going to be really an interesting kind of jarring thing. I mean, granted, I'm sure it's just a matter of a switch that they could flip as long as they design the assets for flying. Like, kind of like with Cataclysm and Vanilla, there were a lot of assets that were not, so they had to redo them all. You know, if they were flying, they would have to pop up, and there would be no art surrounding the top. So it's an interesting thing to see where they're going to go with that in Draenor. And they certainly got to fix the flight path logic, because if you start here and you want to fly to here, you should not have to fly here, 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 pass through here to land here. You just shouldn't do it. It should be, whoop, whoop, you know, straight shots. But we'll see. But anyhow, back to there, we won. And I got my 2nd win with the Warrior, and got Twin Peaking, or Twin Peak Perfection. We went 3-0, and yours truly got the winning cap. I will not complain about that. What are you going to do? Anyhow, let me know what you guys think about this kind of video. If you like the gameplay, I actually did one live while I was playing, but I got my audio thing kind of switched, and it didn't come out that well. So I wanted to redo it so it was a little bit better quality for you guys. But what do you guys think about the live BGs with me talking the whole time? Do you want me to talk less, more, the same? Is it good? Do you want the video? Do you not want the camera? What do you guys think? Anyhow, listen, I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. I think we got about 3,600 views and about 68 subscribers, 67 in the first week, which is incredible. Let's keep growing. I'll keep making stuff. You guys keep spreading the word. Get people over to the videos. I really appreciate it. And it's been Dim, and I'll see you guys in It's Dim, and I will see you guys in Azeroth. Bye.